Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, Libras, first off, welcome. Guys, if you did not know this, I actually have a playlist for every single zodiac. So, just so you know, I just recently found out that, I think quite a few people, quite a big percentage, doesn't know that I put out many videos for each zodiac each month, usually about two per week. And some people that I only put out one per month. So, I just want to let you guys know in case you aren't getting notifications. You can always find your videos on my channel just by clicking on the playlist tab and then scroll through and find the Libra playlist or whatever zodiac you might be looking for. And when you click on that, you'll see the most recent to oldest. And so, yeah, there's quite a voluminous list of Libra videos to pick from. All right, Libras, we are going to take a look at 2026, but specifically the bridge between 2025 and 2026. So, as we're wrapping up this year, right, we're coming to the end pretty close anyway to 2026, but also to the end of the year of the snake. And then we'll shift over to the year of the snake, to the year of the horse around February. I wanted to look at that space. Like, this is a nice long bridge that's on the backdrop behind me. And so it's like, as we're traveling this component of our journey, this bridging the gap between one ending and a new beginning. What is that? What's going on? And what can Libra look toward? We have a Five of Swords in the reverse. A lot of anger is just dissipating. A fight, something that felt like that was the biggest thing in Libra's book of life for a while, that is finally being let go. It's really nice to see. Yeah, we have a King of Cups, and the next energy is like, oh my God, my emotions are restored. My heart is free of that wound, that anger. And I mean, this could have been like very righteous anger, right? But I really feel like what Libra is, leaving behind in the year of the snake, and that was the year to like shed the old skin. It feels like what Libra needed to leave behind was probably a really painful experience that had, riled them, and they engaged in some kind of a battle, and it was hurtful and it was angry, and they might have carried like a lot of anger over something. And at this point, they're saying, I got no more space for that. That doesn't have to be my book of life. That was a chapter of my book of life, or that was one volume. But you know what? Those days are done. And what I want now is love, emotion. I want to bring in, I feel like tension just coming out of like Libra's shoulders. I don't know if somebody's recently had like, that pinch or that knot in their shoulder or something. And it's like, oh my God, for the first time in a long time, I don't really feel it. Or it's like, I was grinding my teeth all night and now I'm not grinding anymore. That could be one of the first indicators that like a lot of this tension is just coming off of our fictional character in this. Hi, Hetty. Good to see you guys. Thanks so much for being here, babe. You're so awesome, Hetty. We have a Four of Swords upright. We have the Chariot upright, and we have the Knight of Swords upright. I would say we get a lot of masculine energy, by the way. So Libra could be in their masculine energy, or Libra could be like welcoming in, or will be welcoming in, like possibly really awesome divine masculines. And this could be anything from like father, brother, and I don't read for genders. I'm just noticing that we have so many masculines on all these cards. With the Four of Swords, there's a profound sense of healing, which obviously if we're replacing anger with positivity, then we know that there's been healing, right? With that Chariot, this is like, I don't even know that anything else matters anymore other than where I'm going, my past, and particularly someone that caused me great hurt and anger. That doesn't factor in, not to where I'm going. I'm going someplace so much better now with my energy, and all I want to do is get there as fast as can be. This almost feels like it's going to be an abrupt change, like a thunderclap of like an epiphany. Sometimes in life we change slowly, and other times we suddenly like just awaken. Yippee. Yeah, hi honey, good to see you. You are so awesome. Thank you for being here, babe. So appreciate you. I'm sorry, let me pronounce it right. Yael? Did I say that right? Thanks for being here, babe. Really nice to catch you. How are the Three Musketeers? We have a Knight of Cups. It is sideways. You guys, I cannot tell you how lovely it is to hang out with you all tonight. Thank you for being here. The Libra crew is pretty awesome. You guys are like such a supportive group, so thank you. But this Knight of Cups being sideways speaks of it's going to happen fast, and then it's like it almost I'm picturing right now somebody who is filling up like a swimming pool or a bathtub or like I I'm also picturing a pitcher of beer. I don't like beer, so that wouldn't be like a positive, like yum yum thought for me. But for people who do enjoy beer, like it's probably really exciting to see that filling up. To see something that is like a level keeps rising for like confidence and emotional satisfaction. All of this feels like the when we take, because I have this other image in my head now. I don't know if somebody has had like a thorn in like literally their palm or their heel, or if they've stepped on something, hopefully not glass or something, but like something that got embedded, or maybe even like I know Aries. He'll like stop when I'm walking, and when he has a little flat tire, I call it, when he picks up his little paw, he holds it up, and I have to fix his flat tire because he stepped on something. I'm picturing somebody has to like pull something sharp out, and when we do that, when we pull something sharp out of our mind or out of our heart or out of our foot or our paw, then we can proceed, right? And I feel like that's the metaphor here, is the image of removing something sharp, and then it's like, oh my God, everything moves onward. And if this was like a sour little dagger that Libra felt in their heart for a really long time, finally a wound is really able to heal and they're whole again and they feel so happy. And now they start to kind of like, I'll say, gain traction or regain lost footing. It all feels so positive, and it's a pretty immediate change. I don't even think that, I will say this is the fastest shift that we've seen so far out of the zodiacs that I've done. Libras right now seems to be the fastest moving, because I was picturing this as the bridge that we cross, which is, we still have a couple months, right? If we're looking at the Chinese zodiac, we don't get into the year of the horse until February. If we're looking at, just the traditional year change, obviously January 1 is not that far away, but still we got a gap of time. But this almost feels like Libra is like leaping over the bridge. There's not really a delay. It feels like they go from, oh my God, the dagger's out of my heart, I have freedom of motion, or the thorn is out of my paw. I all of a sudden feel good again. And happiness already starts to flood in long before we get to 2026. We do have a Seven of Swords though. What is this about? A Seven of Swords, we have an entire, I don't know if this is, like, I almost want to say that there's some kind of kabuki theater or, something where it's like, a grand performance, a grand facade that Libra can see right through now. And it could be the facade that other people put up, but Libra's like, yeah, it doesn't even bother me anymore. I know that they're playing the roles that humans play in life to make themselves feel okay, even if I know they're kind of faking their way through it. Because I think the big difference is Libra has a real sense of genuine personal like contentness. And if they've been around a group that tends to play roles, like let's say, for example, Libra has been around a very toxic group. This could be family, this could be work environment, whatever it is. Libra is no longer wounded by it or upset by it. Instead, Libra has done this turn around. And at this point, Libra is kind of looking at this whole situation like, it doesn't bother me, but I can see how they're still trapped in this web and pretense. This could be a group that Libra felt, irritated that they had to also be forced into playing a role, and they just don't do that anymore. Six of Pentacles. Libra is finding true community, true friendship, I almost feel like Libra was made to feel like an outsider or something, or they really resented some kind of group environment where everyone had like agreed to play along, even though it was like a big sham. And now Libra's like, honestly, I just feel sad for them. My life's getting better and better. I'm no longer buying into something that isn't even legit. And honestly, I am going out and, finding like a new soul group or connecting better with people at a more authentic level instead of having to play a role that I used to have to play in order to, pacify a group. We have a Two of Wands. We have the Devil. Everything here says it. Keep getting this idea that Libra is like eyes wide open now. They are happier because they're more authentic. They can see whatever the restrictions were around them, whatever a group demanded of them, whatever role they were kind of, coerced into playing. They just don't have to anymore. And they're all like able to see the toxicity that other people are choosing because they're not choosing it. So it really feels not like I don't feel like Libra is being all judgy, like, oh, wow, you guys are, whatever, still playing along with this stupid charade, and I'm not. It doesn't feel like Libra is, thumbing their nose at anyone, but it does feel like Libra is more hyper aware than ever that we choose what we're going to agree to. We choose what role in life we will agree to play. And there's a lot of, false roles that, sometimes we get ourselves, um, like I say, coerced into playing or tricked into playing. And this is a big change. This is a big change. Page of Cups, Nine of Swords in the reverse, and Ace of Swords upright. I do kind of think Libra has something truthful to say to at least one person, though. If they're living eyes wide open, they're living their best life, they're starting to live their more authentic life, they're developing a new soul group around them, they're letting go of some group scenario or family group that was kind of like pressuring them. It does say that Libra might very well have a really important heart-to-heart conversation with someone else. With that Ace of Swords, it's a truth that they need to speak. They're not afraid to speak it. This could be Libra ready to actually like start pursuing a love story with someone that they really want to be with. Maybe in the past, Libra was pressurized into staying in a relationship they didn't want to be in. And at this point, they're like, I don't care about the facade. I don't care what society thinks. I don't want to be with the wrong group or the wrong person. And if the group doesn't approve, tough. I'm moving on. And finally, I'm going to go after who I want to. I'm going to go ahead and give love or, like really live authentically, whatever that means for Libra, whatever relationship, whatever connection they really want to have. We have this Four of Wands and it is sideways. So I would definitely lean toward relationship on this. It feels like, I don't know, there may have been some kind of a hindrance before, like Libra always, worried that whomever they would pursue or whatever relationship they would pursue, like let's use a scenario and say, let's say, for example, Libra is a very like artistic person, but the relationship that they were told or really encouraged to remain in, and there could have been a lot of family pressure or something, is like, oh no, you're with somebody who's like much more scientific minded and you should stay with them. And Libra's like, but I don't jive with them. I jive better with like a more artistic person, somebody a little bit softer, somebody a little bit, just like a different tempo. But they were encouraged, no, stay with the person you're with. They're a great provider, or we like you married to somebody, very high power in a career path that we like to brag about. That's just like a potential scenario here. But as Libra is saying, I don't care. I don't care if, society thinks, wow, I must be doing great and we must be so lucky because, hey, we have lots of money or something like that. If it's a facade and we're not actually connecting because I'm not really with the person I most want to be with, then I can't do that anymore. Now I can finally show I'm a more artistic type. I want to be with an artistic type. That's what I can do now. I can actually open up my heart to the people that I feel, are better potential mates. Because this is Libra, I think, almost tentatively stepping into a relationship that is much better suited to them. We do have the Oracle of Delphi here. So maybe it's even that I'm wondering if Libra for a while had to like suppress an intuition or maybe even an interest in things like astrology or something, or, things in the mystic realm. And now they're like, you know what? I can be my mystical self and I can connect with other people that have, interest in that too. And I'm not going to feel like I'm getting laughed out of the room. Like I'm allowed to find the group, the friends, and most importantly, the romantic partner that actually suits my true personality. I will say that the common thread here has been like most zodiacs anyway have had like a really strong sense of finding their true identity. And maybe that's because Year of the Snake was to shed old stuff, untrue things, versions of us that are outdated, and embrace the like the next version of ourselves. I would say that's coming through pretty strong on all of the zodiacs, but this in particular, I think we've had like three zodiacs maybe that have had more of that vibe of like there's something more mystical that a character is like leaning into. And that's always been a little bit more authentic for them. I think Aquarius got a super mystical one. Let me get just one last card here. We have got the Ace of Wands and it's sideways. I kind of think we could even have a belief system changing. You notice that we have here, it's kind of like a depiction of Moses parting the Red Seas. Um, there could be either it feels like Libra is going to be like, oh my God, this is like, you know, so amazing that as I changed something for my life, it's as if I like opened up a new vision for my life. It's as if I'm walking straight down the middle of something that previously wasn't available to me, a lifestyle that was right for me that I just couldn't see. And it's like somehow I've, parted the obstacles so that I could go straight through it. And I kind of feel like Libra's life or maybe their belief system or maybe the things that are changing for them are just clicking so beautifully now. Everything says it's one step at a time. It's one little miracle at a time, or it's one energetic belief system at a time. But we definitely see like Libra, I think, having a channel open to them now that is more truthful, more authentic, and they no longer have an irritation or a pain in their heart for being previously kind of forced into living a life that didn't really suit them, or being pressed into something that wasn't really right for themselves. I don't think that this Libra does well at hiding who they truly are. So this is them really stepping into their own personality, persona, and what they really want now. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Really good to see you. Rapali, nice to see you, babe. How are you? It's been a hot minute. What a delightful surprise tonight. Ariel, hi, babe. Loving Light Libra, wonderful to see you. Everest DC, Yippee, thank you so much, babe. Thank you. Bodine Sherman, nice to see you also. Christina, hi, honey. Thank you, Christina. You're so sweet. And Hetty, thanks again, babe. All right, you guys, take care. Lots of love. Squish fish. Right back at you, babe. Thanks for being here. All right, you guys. Empress DC, right to you. Thank you, Rupali. It's cold out, so I thought let's wear yellow and brighten some stuff up. All right, everybody. I will see you again shortly. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye for right now.